And this is also about investment. And in order to generate investment, you need to protect investment. So the answer, do we need it? The answer is a clear yes. And I think the approach is too simplistic to say, let's forget about ISDS, then we have a deal. I think the question should be, let's try to do a better ISDS, because nobody says it's perfect. There is improvements to be done in transparency. There's improvements to be done in the rules of procedure for the arbitration and so on and so on. So I think the chance we have here is to make a blueprint for a better ISDS, which would then be very beneficial for the world. But can we simply drop it? No.
So we are against it, and we are against ISDS because we are convinced that foreign investors should not have a different treatment than and special protection than the local investors. Why is it that the government's rules, the rules that exist at national level, should not be applied to foreign investors between two big democratic blocs like the EU and US?
In the US, the governments are not obliged to apply the procedures and to apply the principle of non-discrimination. And this is precisely, I mean, Bernadette, you stressed, this is a positive discrimination against local companies, I mean, which is not true, because local companies don't need it, because the instrument is done to get a compensation for companies which are systematically discriminated towards local companies, and this is the truth.
If we can't find an agreement on that with a country sharing the same juridical codes than we do, where should we ever find it? And if we find a better way than the court system in the country...
ISDS is not that. ISDS is the fact that a foreign investor would have a specific court if a problem arises, and would be different from the local investor.
I followed very closely the Max Planck Institute, made a clear assessment of the professor for international law, a clear assessment of the ISDS in CETA for the German Ministry of Economic Affairs, and comes to a very clear conclusion that first, I mean, there's no real problem in it, and second, this is only when you shake your head, but this is the truth. This is only a possibility of last resort. I mean, first, there's a number of exemptions, carve-outs. Second, this is only after you have exhausted all possibilities in the national tribunals. And third, I mean, this is only when you have systematically discriminated a foreign investor.
Business would be protected by ISDS, but we are defending the public interest and the democratic system in our countries. So we are not just saying...
But where's the democratic system
well, the democratic system have to go through the normal process. And if we cannot, between two blocs like EU and US, do that, then we have a serious problem.
Of course, we want investors to be protected. But what you just said a few minutes ago, go and say that to the United States, saying that they don't have an acceptable court system, I think they will rather laugh at you. And our US...
No, they have an acceptable one, but they are not obliged to apply the system of non-discrimination, which is precisely what ISDS is about. So this means they cannot provide the level of protection which is requested.
It is about discrimination because only foreign investors can use it. It's totally discrimination.
No. It is about discrimination because it protects foreign investors against discrimination.
No.
And of course, and local investors don't need it because normally they are not discriminated by the local government.